In this project I aim to develop my ideas in regards to world building and what that entails. I wanted to come up with the rules of this world based on the logic and physics in The Sims and the ideals presented in The Lost Boys. Creating a digital world has the benefits of being able to live in it without worrying about biological needs and being able to customize yourself and the space around you. I also researched how fashion is used in video games. When making a video game, the creators want to make a coherent world with history and meaning behind every object and interaction. This means that what the characters wear is influenced by where they live and their background. This was an option for me because I could make a collection that is suitable to be worn in warm coastal climates, because this is where my world is based. But on the other hand, the virtual world doesn't have the same restrictions as the real one, so instead of bikinis on the beach, why not ball gowns? Digital clothing can be very outlandish and impractical because there aren't the same rules. With this new perspective, I decided to make a more haute couture collection than I was originally planning. The digital fashion industry and companies such as the Fabricant and Institute of Digital Fashion often make clothing that takes advantage of the virtual platform and create physics-defying and dramatic pieces. Overall, the biggest problem I had was making clothes that could be converted for The Sims. Because creating custom content for The Sims isn't part of the game's mechanics, there isn't an easy way to do it. I have found some tutorials, but the people who have made him aren't game designers, so they only know what to do, not why they are doing it, so there isn't much help when I have come across problems. Such as why when my sim wore the garment I made it change their body shape to that of the avatar it was sculpted on. Additionally, the clothing I create is limited as it has to be similar to pre-existing Sims content because I have to transfer the weights across so it fits on the body properly. Therefore, I decided to create two separate collections, a simpler one that worked on The Sims and a more extravagant collection that was just made in Marvelous Designer as a speculative idea. I then went on to look at wider issues surrounding avatars, androids and robots. There is a lot of discussion around gender roles and gendering digital and artificial beings and the implications of using gendered and sexualized avatars. Why do virtual avatars need a gender? Can I create a collection for a world that is beyond gender? I want to make clothing that can fit in any body type, but there were lots of challenges for this. Firstly, I don't know how to create an avatar for Marvelous Designer that I can then sculpt clothes on, and no one has created one that I can download, so I had to edit a pre-existing male body and it turned out okay but not perfect. Then, once the garment has been converted into a file that can be used in The Sims, it has a texture that fits the avatar it was made on, therefore there are shadows that show the original body shape, like shading under the bust, that is annoying if you are using a non-binary or male sim. In conclusion, this project has introduced me to a whole new industry and I have really enjoyed learning how to use new programs and creating digital clothing, which is something I never thought I would do. I understand new things such the benefits and limitations of designing straight to 3D and which properties to give the fabrics so they behave like they would in the real world. Although I have so much more to learn, I hopefully now have the skills to pursue a career in the digital fashion industry.